Hi, I'm meteorologist Colleen Gallaher, and this is where I work, the CBS 58 television station. Inside these doors, we've got many people working hard to bring you the day's news. That includes reporters and anchors, assignment managers, photographers, meteorologists like myself, and many others working both behind and in front of the cameras to bring news stories to you every day. Let's go on inside and meet some of those people. I'm gonna warn you though, it can be a little crazy in there sometimes. Come on. Almost there. Keep going. Well, here we are inside the CBS 58 newsroom. This is where all of the day's news stories come to life.
CBS 58 News, this is Herman. May I help you?
Our assignment managers decide what stories we will do today.
200 block of North Cambridge Avenue.
And they send reporters and photographers out to cover the story.
We have to leave now.
Meanwhile, producers stay here and write most of the news you hear the anchors reading. And speaking of anchors, here's Mike Strelo now. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Colleen.
Well, I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite part of your job?
I would have to say learning something new every day. Even though I've been working in TV news for 20 years now, it's I walk in each day and I learn something about something new, whether it has to deal with politics, people, the weather, and so it's like a lifelong education. I find that very rewarding.
Well, thanks, Mike. Have a great show tonight.
Thanks a lot.
And here's the sports department. Let's go in and see what the sports director, Rock Road, is up to. Hey, Rock.
Hey, Colleen.
We were wondering if you could tell us your favorite part about your job.
Well, my favorite part is that something always is going on in sports. That's what's wonderful. I never get bored one day out of the year.
Fabulous. You have a great show tonight.
Thanks, you too.
And that brings us to the Weather Center. This is where we gather most of our forecasting information. We get a lot of stuff off of our internet computer. We also have some special weather computers that gather information from satellites way up in space, also from radars here in southeast Wisconsin and all around the world. Once we have our forecast made, it's time to share it with you, and that means going on the air.
As you can see, Pete is standing in front of a green wall, but on TV it looks like he's in front of the maps. It's all part of the magic of television. Computers allow us to replace anything in that color of green with the images on our computer. So as long as Pete isn't wearing green, the computer allows him to show up in front of the maps.
Now, one of the questions that I always get asked is, how do you figure out exactly where to point? Well, I had a little bit of help with my first job with a weathercaster who taught me to point with your whole hand, at least to start out with, because you have 5 fingers pointing, and one of them is bound to be going in the right place. But eventually you can learn with a little bit of practice to point directly at places like St. Louis, down in Lexington, and also in Pittsburgh. So with a little bit of practice, it's pretty easy to master standing in front of these green walls.
Now it's 11:30 and time for Pete to go home. You may think he's had an easy day, but remember, he got here at 3:30 in the morning. That makes for quite a long workday.
That's not too bad.
Chief Meteorologist Brian Allen comes in around 2 o'clock. After gathering all of the data from the afternoon weather models, he puts together his forecast. Once again, it's time for us to share that forecast with you, but this time it's on the radio.
From the CBS 58 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Brian Allen. Does that work? You got it?
Hey, Brian,
Hey.
are you all done?
Sure.
We were wondering if we could ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is the favorite thing about your job?
Actually, it's quite a few different things. One is I actually really enjoy the weather. And it's something that affects everybody. And it's something that, you know, we all deal with every day. And the fun of getting up there, and you get to be yourself when you do weather on TV. You know, Rock's got a script, Mike and Renee and Paul and Chantel all have scripts. But when we do weather, there's part of your own personality that gets to shine through, and that's a lot of fun. Plus, I know this is going to sound kind of funny, or kind of crazy to some people, severe weather, I think, is one of the best things, because then it's crazy, it's constant, especially when you get the spring and summer thunderstorms going. You can see the heavy rain and the hail. Plus, it's the best job in the building. That's the absolute truth. It's the best job, hands down. We have the best job going in TV.
All right, thanks, Brian. Have a
Sure,
great show tonight.
you got it. Thanks.
Now it's almost 5 o'clock, and you know what that means. Lights, camera, action.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Strelo.
And I'm Renee Riddle. First at 5.
The anchors read the news, reporters tell their stories, the camera operators help with cues. In the production room, there's a producer who keeps the show moving on time, a director who calls the shots, and an audio operator to turn the microphones on and off, also a person to run the teleprompter so the anchors have words to read.
All of these people work together every day to make sure that when you turn on your TV to CBS 58, you have the most clear, concise, and accurate look at today's news, weather, and sports.
Roll beat until 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fade to black.